Hello, I'm Bernard Keevy. This is my 5-step process to double your bottom line profit in 90 days. So the first thing it starts with is what's called clarity, or a vision of where you want to be, a vision of your sort of ideal life and the ideal business that you want. And if you can actually picture that clearly, you can then set your goals accordingly. And in terms of setting goals, you need to follow a couple of rules. So first of all, they need to be in writing, because that makes them more embedded in your subconscious mind. You need to follow the SMART rule, which basically says they need to be specific, measurable. Achievable is debatable, because you don't want to start setting an artificial sort of ceiling on what you're going to do. But there's an argument that says if you don't believe you can achieve them, then it's demotivating. So that's a controversial one. But specific, measurable, relevant, i.e. it's something you want for yourself, and time-based. Now, the other thing though that's really important with goals is they need to follow the 3 P's, which is they're personal, so it's always I or me or, my business. They need to be positive, so it's always I weigh 11 stone rather than I'm going to lose 2 stone. And they need to be present tense, as in I am or I do. So in other words, my business earns this much, or I earn this much. So it's positive and it's present tense. Then you need to focus on activities, because if you read Susan Jeffers, for example, she says that once you've set your goal, which is your outcome, you need to let go of the outcome, because you can't control the outcome. But what you can control is the activities you undertake to get to that outcome. And the beauty of that is that you'll either get there or you can trust that you'll get something better. But if you focus on the activities, you'll either get the outcome you wanted or something better. And that's because all of these things here have embedded it in your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind seems to have a way of communicating with a wider universe, if you like, there, sometimes called the quantum universe, sometimes called religion, sometimes called a wider, greater consciousness, superconscious mind. But there seems to be some way that your subconscious mind taps into what's available in an abundant universe and suggests ways for you to move and go to actually achieve what it is you've set out to do, or something that turns out to be better. And then the timescale comes in. So do you want long-term goals, short-term goals, medium-term goals? You actually want all of those things, but for this particular purpose here, if you focus on 90 days, or some people say 12 or 13 weeks, but it's a period that's sort of long enough to achieve a lot. So for instance, if you make a 1% improvement a week in 5 key areas, you'll double your bottom line profit. So that's where I'm coming from in that. So it's long enough to make a big difference, but it's short enough ahead for you to remain focused. So it's not, it's not something that you sort of lose focus and interest in. So activities and 90 days. Now, then it becomes important that you actually need to get the maximum out of every sort of hour and week, day and week. So you need to manage your time. So then it comes back to this matrix here, which is basically saying there are things that have got a deadline, which are urgent, and there are things that are not urgent, but there are also things that are important and things that aren't important. And the danger that we all seem to be prone to is that on any given day or week, we'll focus on the things that have to be done that day or that week. We might do them in order of importance, but it means we never actually get round to doing these things over here that are important without a deadline. But the trouble is, all or most of all the activities that you need to sort of develop yourself and your business and grow your profit tend to fall in this box. It's all the implementing new strategies, new policies, working on your knowledge, your skills, personal development, reading, planning, all of those things which are really important all come in this box, and if you're not careful you never get around to actually doing them. So there you have it. That's the 5-step process. Have your vision, set your goals accordingly, make them activity based, focus on a realistic time period, and make sure that you plan your week accordingly. And this little thing over here is your diary, which of course could be electronic these days. But the point is that if you don't put time in your diary every day to do these things, you never get around to doing them, because you put all these things here on your to-do list and they get done instead. So you need to diarise these things here, these quadrant 2 activities they're called. So if you think that's interesting, have a look at a short video on coachforprofit.com/Bernard, or if you want to know how I can offer a 200% return on investment guarantee and how I can show you to do the same if you're a coach or an accountant offering business services or a CPA, then again contact me and maybe we can have a chat. So thank you very much. Hope you found that useful. If you did, if you could like it and share it, that would be brilliant. Thank you very much for watching.
To find out more about this opportunity, go to internationalbusinesscoaches.com, so click on the link at the top of the page and watch this short 8-minute video. And if you think there's something in there that's of interest to you and you'd like to discuss it further, then click and schedule a time for us to talk. Reminding you that if you have the capacity to take on more clients and you want to increase your coaching or consulting revenue well into the 6-figure range, then you need to watch this video. Thank you very much.